Can you use square foot pricing to estimate the costs of new construction for either single family homes or any kind of commercial or multifamily ground up development? Are square foot prices average across the country? And is there a resource where you can check construction costs on average across the country? So the answer is you can't really go by square foot pricing because every location is different, every municipality is different when you're talking about turnkey costs, including permits, utility costs, things like that, the topography of the lot, the layout of the lot, and the requirements, whether or not you have to do soil borings, things like that, and the foundation conditions can be different across the country. So it's really very difficult to try to average construction costs all across the country for any kind of single family, commercial, or multifamily properties. And then the level of finish makes a big difference in terms of square foot pricing, and so does the size of the structure. The smaller the building, the more it's going to cost per square foot. The larger building, the less it can cost per square foot. For instance, if you have a 3,000 square foot house, the kitchen is going to cost $30,000. That's $10 a square foot. That same $30,000 kitchen can go into a 2,000 square foot house, which is going to drive the square foot cost up. So square foot costs are very relative, and they're only useful in geographic areas when comparing similar products. So industrial, built the same way, all metal building, slab on grade, relatively flat lots. Those you can kind of average out cost per square foot in an area, let's say Irvine, California, where you have a bunch of industrial buildings, or tilt-up or concrete cast in place type structures versus wood frame. So when you're looking at areas where the construction is similar, and maybe you're out in the subdivision in Arizona and every house is pretty much the same and it's all flat, and you're talking about finished lots and you're doing slab on grade, well, then you can get an average square foot cost on your construction there. Everything's going to have the same mid-level grade finishes and things like that. So in some areas you can nail those costs per square foot, but in other areas it's going to be very different. Now, in terms of cataloging costs, there are some estimating books and softwares and companies out there that take construction costs on a national average basis, and those are pretty useless. Like I said, every area is different, every region is different, and pricing conditions are different at different times. Like right now, currently in September 2020, lumber prices are going through the roof. Lumber is up and down. Labor prices are at all-time highs, so that's going to affect square foot costs, now, and it's going to affect it in certain areas above others, especially from a labor standpoint. So don't look at square foot costs. I mean, they're okay for just basic rule of thumb ballpark costing if you know what those costs are in your area. The best way to get that is to talk to some builders that build the kind of project you're looking at, and they can tell you what their projects are averaging in terms of costs, compared to what you're looking to do. So the best way to do it is to talk to some builders in the areas that you're looking to do projects, building the type of product that you're looking to build. Don't go by any kind of construction estimating cost averages or anything like that. Those are not going to be representative of the different areas, and there's so many different variables. You just cannot use cost per square foot when trying to figure out custom construction or any type of development projects.